Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome back to the Pick and Roll live stream here on the Board YouTube channel. We're ready for a brand new week of NBA betting after 5 straight winning days last week, and we are only live on weekdays here. So all 5 shows we did last week were, in fact, winning days. Not like, 0.1 unit, 0.2 units, but like at least 0.8 units per day of profit on the show. Overall, it was a 7-2 week. So we're looking to start off strong this week as well with one free pick coming on the show today. Before we hear Pips' handicap on that pick, once I give it out, we'll hear the handicap. Then we'll talk about the Phoenix Suns and their struggles this season, currently occupying the 8th seed in the Western Conference. And then we'll wrap up the show. That's the format for today. And every show you see here, again, Monday through Friday around 9:45 a.m. Eastern Time. Apologies for starting a little bit late on this one, but the pick is ready. Make sure you guys do drop a like if you are tailing the pick and you enjoy what you see from the show today. And also, please make sure you are subscribed to our channel so you know exactly when we're going live and when the picks are coming out. So let's get into the pick that we have today. For this one, we are going to LA because the Atlanta Hawks are in town against the Los Angeles Lakers, and we are going to be betting on BetMGM Bogdan Bogdanovic over 13.5 points. And we're pairing that with DeJounte Murray. A little bit of correlation here. Over 6.5 assists. That is minus 115 at BetMGM. Currently, these alt lines are not available at ESPN Bet. They have become quite slow in putting out their alt lines. It seems that they are adjusting perhaps a little bit. So anybody watching later in the day, I would recommend checking out ESPN Bet before playing this at MGM or wherever you do feel like you want to bet this. But let's go to Pips for the first time. New week here. And why are we going to the Atlanta Hawks for this play?
Yeah, I mean, I like this one a lot. There's only thing that Bogdanovic is questionable for this game. Some late trip to the locker room against the Clippers last night. They were up by 20, so I don't think that it means a lot. So that's why I'm going with it. If there was not there's no back to back with questionable, I will bet Bogdanovic probably straight because I don't think this line makes much sense against Los Angeles Lakers. Trae Young is out, Sadiq Bey is out, he'll get shots up. The graph you just opened shows when he get the shot ups. So that's when he's shooting 13 from 20 field goal attempts. And that's it. That's the only filter for this hour. This line in 75% of the games, including 18 against the Lakers off the bench in 25 minutes, 30 plus minutes tonight. And he should be just rocking the shots up because Hawks are short-handed. No one can create their own shot. Like not many guys out there can. So they need just Boogie to be like the bucket in these kind of matchups. One of the best matchups in the league for Bogdanovic. As we'll see later, 46% of his shots above the break three. Lakers are allowing the second most above the break three. If you look at the play types, bottom 10 in spot up defense, transition defense, worst in off screen defense, which is important for Bogdanovic,
Yeah.
and also bottom 10 in pick and roll ball handling defense. So bottom 10 in all 4 of his dominant play styles. So bottom 10 in 70% of his points and almost 50% of his points above the break three, and they are second worst there. So as best like the best matchup it can be for Bogdanovic. Also, over the last 30 games, Lakers allows the most points to opposing shooting guards. Also good for this bet. And part of the DeJounte Murray. I don't know if you've seen or if anyone's seen the DeJounte Murray part, but he has the most on ball reps since Trae Young injury in the league. He has more on the ball time per possession than Luka Doncic, which is
Wow.
quite insane. He's leading the league with time on the ball since Trae Young went out. So yeah, his assist skyrocketed. He averaged 8.5 assists a game since Trae Young injury. He averaged 15.5 potential assists, and Lakers are a prime matchup for him. As the Lakers over the last 30 games allowed second most assists in the entire league, and with Trae Young playing, DeJounte Murray had 9 assists against the Lakers. So yeah, this like Everything looks perfect for this one. We just need healthy Bogdanovic and healthy DeJounte Murray like in this game. I would love if Anthony Davis sits this one out. It will just help Lakers defense be god awful. So I think he could be out, but no matter what, we saw Hawks winning against the Clippers last night, and I'll say Clippers are better team than. It was a comfortable win for the Hawks. Like they won by almost in the last game, and since Trae Young went down, somehow they won a couple of games. They're playing slower pace. They're playing with more like focused zoned in on defense. So yeah, I think they can stay in the game. And as I said, if Bogey is healthy, we get this one in a good matchup.
All right, so there you heard it. Strong handicap supporting this one for today. Let's hope to get a big night out of DeJounte Murray and Bogdanovic. All right, let's go to our recap of the previous day's bets. And for this one, we'll do a bit of a recap for the week because it was a very good week for the show. Last week, it was 5 straight winning days, as I said, to open up the show. 7-2 overall, good for plus 5.56 units. So if you were tailing all week, you had a very good week with the show. Friday in particular was a 1-0 day. We had Kawhi Leonard on the under 24.5 points. I believe he had 21 going into the fourth quarter, and it kind of felt like maybe this wouldn't be another winning day. But in the late stages of the game, Zion Williamson really took over the reins defensively on Kawhi Leonard. And Trey Murphy in particular mentioned after the game that Trey said he was going to guard Kawhi, and Zion stepped in and said, no, I got him. And thankfully he did, because we do cash in on this under here. So we started this season at plus 7.9 units from last season. We're currently at plus 14.2 on the season amidst the bad luck, amidst everything that has gone on for us. So all in all, a great position to be in. Pips, let's get your word on this Kawhi pick quickly, and then the week as a whole and what went right and what went so well.
Yeah, I'll say for Kawhi one, I didn't expect him to play back game. He played 37 minutes. He got 10 free throws in this game. Somewhere like questionable, but yeah, not saying about it anything. Like he stayed under. He actually played 39 minutes in that game. Shot over 50% from the field. Yeah, I think 39 minutes. I expected on a back-to-back game. I expect like 35. As they were concerned with his health, so he got more minutes than I expected. He shot above the 50% from the field and still stayed under. So yeah, there's not much to say there. These are the unders, and he was defended well. Even the Zion part was insane. Zion is playing over the last couple of weeks like in amazing ball. So maybe the best we ever seen from Zion in like mentality, focused, physicality, and everything.
He's healthy. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah,
He's healthy.
yeah,
They used him sparingly all season. They're ramping him up now as they get into the playoffs. This is a really interesting team.
yeah. And for the week, I mean, nothing much different from the other weeks. We just didn't. We just had two positive hooks, and that's it.
Yeah, without those, it's a 5-4 week. It's obviously completely different. And
Yeah,
on the
and
season, it's 7-13 on hooks. So even just a
so
little, like, bring that back to neutral, 10-10, and it's plus. It'd be like plus 7 or 8 units for the show on the season.
yeah,
Yeah, from where we are. So all things considered, being up on the season is great. It could have been better, but so far we're in a solid position as the season does start to wind down. But as the season is winding down, there is, we're doing well here on the show. Team that is not doing well is the Phoenix Suns. Wow, what a disaster it would be for this team not to make the playoffs. I think in terms of like the hierarchy of disaster playoff misses in the NBA, probably like the Clippers are near the top, but the Suns are arguably the number one team on that list. The amount that has been invested into this team through trades, through assets with Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal, they currently are 8th in the Western Conference, albeit tied record-wise with the Kings, who are in 6th, and the Mavericks, who are in 7th. But this team is in very grave danger of missing out on the playoffs. Pips, let's go over to you. Where has the season gone so wrong for the Phoenix Suns here? Because, they are 39-29. That is a good record. But how is a team with this much talent in such a position that they could actually miss the playoffs altogether?
I'll say at this time, I'll say it's about. I think it's about a poor coaching. It's
Okay.
in the involved. I watched the game for against the Bucks, and it's like even against the Hornets, even against the Celtics, it was just my turn, my turn, my your turn, my turn. Like no cohesion on offense. Like you have KD, it's like standing in the corner and being a spot up shooter, Kevin fucking Durant, and then he don't get the ball like 5 possession in a row. Then he goes mad. He does his elevation 2 3 times, and then you have KD shooting not great shots, and then you have like Bill. Oh, I'm here too as well. Let give me some ball. So he goes do some crazy stuff. Like there is no flow. Like there is no set action. There is no like when I'm watching them, it's stagnant. It's even though like you have three amazing guys there, and the fourth guy is Grayson Allen, the leading shooter in the NBA, and not actually pretty well on defensive end of the court this season. So you have like four guy, which is tremendous. Like he'll get every shot that's open, he'll make it. Then you have Gordon on the bench, who like the game against the Bucks, he kept them in the game. He didn't miss any threes in that game, and but then you have an huge idiot at the five, Nurkic, and makes life tough. Their defense is the same defense as the Detroit Pistons. Let's switch everything and defend everything in single coverage. Yeah, Boston does that as well. Boston have
But
5 plus defensive players. You like, come on, what are they trying to do? Like they want teams to isolate against Bradley Beal and Devin Booker and Nurkic in drop coverage and KD. Like that doesn't make any sense. Like what you teams that usually do well with switching are like teams that a couple of years ago, Toronto Raptors, when they were huge, long, and everyone was great on defense. Boston Celtics, everyone is positive on defense. That makes sense. Like
yeah.
some part of the season, it was thing with the Nets, and they had also good defensive long players. Magic can do that as well. They have size all over the court. Like that makes sense in those scenarios. But when you have like Suns team, that's just ridiculous. Like if you watch the game against the Bucks, Bucks get everything they wanted the entire 48 minutes of the game, and it was with Dame playing like with sitting back a little bit, and then when they got close, Dame scored like 16 points in 5 minutes, and like said like this is done. Yeah,
Yeah.
even the Bucks looked amazing compared Bucks against without Giannis looked amazing against the Suns, which is unbelievable. So yeah, also they are not modern. Like in the game, I think we saw first half against the Bucks. They had 2 from 14 from three, and Bucks had 16 from 26. Like not they are still a lot of mid-range, mid-range, mid-range contested, mid-range contested, mid-range. You are not winning the math here. Like yeah, it's difficult for them to overcome this. They have great players. If they start making any adjustments, if they do make adjustments coming to playoff time, yeah, they can win. But
Well,
this
they
way, I don't
they
see
gotta
it.
make the playoff. They gotta make the playoffs first. And
It's kind of close. It's kind of close
yeah,
because
but
one win is from sixth place,
listen to their
and they are
schedule. This is the problem. Listen to their schedule to end the season. So next 4 games, very good schedule. Sixers at home, Hawks at home, back to back away at San Antonio. That's the easy part. Listen to their last 10 games. Away Denver, away Oklahoma, away New Orleans, home against the Cavaliers, Timberwolves, Pelicans, Clippers, then away at the Clippers, at the Kings, and at the Timberwolves. they have the second most difficult remaining schedule in the NBA. And that is an absolute dogfight to finish off the season with that schedule. Like, everywhere you look in the last 10 games, it is upper tier playoff teams. This is going to be a very difficult grind for the Phoenix Suns the rest of the way.
Yeah, I just look at the Dallas Mavericks and they have probably the easiest. I'm not looking at the strength of schedule. I'm looking at it by my eyes.
Dallas are the
Uh,
second easiest ahead of
yeah, they
only
play
Boston.
they play
Boston with the hardest
Spurs,
schedule.
Jazz twice, Kings, Rocket twice, Warriors twice, Hornets, Pistons. Yeah, they are in a way better spot to make the playoffs. Kings
Yeah,
also have difficult schedule as I saw.
they're
Kings
10th
also
most
have
difficult. This is
yeah.
sorry, the way I'm
So
looking at
so
it is
yeah
just based off win percentage of opponents. That's so
yeah
the
they
best
are
you can
in, they
do.
are in tough spot. Yeah, but also I mean they'll be in the upper bracket for the playing. Probably playing. Looking at this, probably playing Kings there. I mean, it's totally unimportant. Are you finishing eighth or seventh? Because we don't know who will be first or second. Like Kings, Nuggets, and Thunder
Well,
probably decide.
you want a home game for that first play-in game. That the seeding is important there. I know,
Sure,
regardless,
sure. I mean,
you'll
I
be
think
home.
they'll be for sure be eight
Yeah,
in the like
and then
Warriors.
you could easily fall out of the playoffs from there. That's what I'm saying. For a team that was touted as, I think, preseason, I forget if they had, I think they had the second highest odds in the Western Conference. Even like 2 weeks ago, they had the second highest odds in the Western Conference, and now like there is a legit scare that this team may not make the playoffs, because even if, like, let's say if they're the 8th seed, they're away at, let's say, Sacramento here. That's a difficult place to play. If you lose that, you play LeBron and the Lakers or Curry and the Warriors in the second game. I know you're at home for that one, but it's a very real chance that this team misses the playoffs. Now, again, they could get in, and then I think they have a chance against anybody, as difficult as it would be against the likes of Denver or Oklahoma or Minnesota in that spot. But considering where they were projected to start the season and the amount of investment that went into that KD trade and that Bradley Beal trade, this is a disastrous situation for Phoenix.
What's the have you look at the price for them to miss the playoffs?
I have not looked at the price for them to miss the playoffs. I can look. I can look quickly to see if it's up somewhere. Yeah, because they still have like pretty good championship odds. So I wonder if it's not structured as well as it could be. So to make the
I would
playoffs,
say like
no.
I would say that they have like 20% chance to miss the playoffs, 25% to chance to miss the playoffs. So if the price is not matching, could be a good
You're,
spot to take.
so you're close. So it's 250. I'm just looking at the easiest one to look at with DraftKings. They're plus 250 to not make the playoffs on DraftKings.
Yeah, that's
Um,
exactly like 25%.
yeah. I'm not sure. 20. Yeah. Okay. I think that's.
It,
I think
it,
it's
it's
fair
it's it's
representation.
like 28. I think it's fair. It's more than fair. So yeah, they are
If you,
priced fair.
I think if you want to play this, wait for them to play these 4 games, because they have 4 straight easy games. Then before that final 10-game run against the difficult teams, I think then you're gonna get a much better price if you want to play
Yeah, I
1-0
mean
on this.
they'll probably if they are playing the plane, which is probably uh obviously they have maximum 40 like 50% of chance to go at maximum. They will be favored in the first game probably, so there will be like 50% chance. Then if you lose, you have another 40% or 50% chance. So yeah, that's
They'll be favored in both games in the
yeah,
playing tournament,
yeah.
I would
I
imagine.
don't
Not
think like
heavily, but favored.
they didn't do just a second. Check something. So they played Lakers 4 times this season. They lost 3 out of the 4. Won only the last one.
Ooh. Interesting.
Yeah, yeah. And against Golden State Warriors, they are 3-1, and the one they lost by one.
Okay.
Interesting matchup. We'll see
Interesting.
how it goes.
Yeah.
But
Very interesting matchups everywhere you look for this one. So I definitely watch the Suns over the next 4 games. I think if they go 3-1 in this stretch, you might be able to find some really interesting prices for them not to make the playoffs. But we'll check in on that next week for sure. But all in all, the fact that it is a situation like this is has showcased the season has not gone very well. And Pips mentioned Frank Vogel potentially as one of the reasons why. All right, that will do it for the show today. There was one pick. If you're tailing or if you did enjoy the show or both, make sure you do hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We're live every weekday morning here. And also, we're part of the Hammer Betting Network. On the Hammer Betting Network today on the Circles Off HQ YouTube channel, I put the link to the NCAA tournament preview, which is going to be going live. I think it's 1 p.m. Eastern time today. Go and check that one out, 1 p.m. Eastern time, but use the link that is pinned in the chat to go and find that. But for myself and Pips, or for Pips here, actually, let's do the pick. For Pips, here is what he has for today. It's Bogdanovich over 13.5 points and DeJounte Murray over 6.5 assists for -115 odds at BetMGM. For myself and Pips, thank you so much for watching the show today. We'll be back tomorrow for another one, hopefully celebrating 6 straight profitable days on the show with a winner here, and we'll see you there. Thanks again for watching.